Okay, good enough. I think we did great. Shoo-wee! Okay, we're here with Lena for part 5 of the Horseback Archery series. If you've been watching up until this point, thank you very much for your patience. I know it's taken a long time for me to get to this, but here we are. So in this video, I'm going to be talking an awful lot about how to move Lena around without using my hands. I currently have a bitless bridle with a rope reins, which ironically shouldn't matter because we're going to be trying very hard not to use them. And I will talk to you about how to get your horse to move around with your body more and your legs so that your hands are free to shoot arrows. In past videos, I've shown this plastic composite sort of bow. It's weak, but fantastic for horseback archery for beginners, and that's what we're aiming to teach here, is that if you have any trouble, you can just take this thing and chuck it on the ground and not have to worry too much. I also have my very lightweight, smaller wood bow, and it shoots about 35 pounds here. This one I think is closer to 20, maybe a little less. The good thing about a weaker bow like this is you don't have to concentrate so much on how you're pulling the bow and concentrate, it's, you know, whether it's heavy or not. This one I do have to think about just a little bit more. And instead you're just concentrating on riding and shooting wherever. Because this is a beginner series, I would like to include a little tidbit about, please don't worry so much about the culture of horseback archery, whether or not you're shooting this way or that way, or you're using the right bow or not using the right bow, or the right arrows or the right target. None of that is really very important right now, because what we're doing is we're getting our horse used to our shooting with whatever bow we're going to use, whatever target we're going to hit, and our riding while doing so. So with that, we're going to get on Lena and start riding around. But first, actually, I should probably lead you through a little bit of the course that I put together for this. Okay, so let's take a look over here to see what we have. The setup I have is quite simple, and I encourage everybody to keep your tracks simple, whatever you're going to do. So I've got some barrels here that are not what you think probably. And I'll explain. Lena, you're in the shot. Now I've got a very basic target here. I've shown how to make these targets in the past on Make a Cheap Target video. I'll link that in the description. And it's literally just some foam. I've got little pieces of tape to use as possible markers to shoot for, but mostly we're just going to try to hit the whole thing. Now, the barrels that we have here are on a bit of a course, a roundy course, but we're actually not going to take the course on its outside edge like you see in a lot of places. What we're actually going to do when we ride is we're going to have Lena come along, and because we're practicing using our legs for all of our steering, we're going to come along one side or the other, and then we're going to weave our way through. Come out over maybe on the outside, or you can even come on the inside, it doesn't really matter. And then when we come over to here, we can take any shot we want in between these two blue barrels. So this is our barrel that we want to shoot before we get to, and the other one we'll shoot after. Now you can make these a little farther apart, but you know, something sort of centered to there is a fantastic idea. So that is something to think about. Now, the idea behind weaving is obviously because we want to practice as much as we can getting our horses used to what our bodies are asking them to do. So we're not going to be trying to stay just on the outside on a nice straight track. We want to weave. All right, so let's get started. Let's hop on Lena here and slow down. and we'll talk about riding with legs. Okay, we are on Lena, and I've got my bow with me at the moment, and I'm holding the reins. Now, likely, if you've been riding horses, then you know that to sort of pull left should give us a left-hand turn sort of idea, right? And then if we were to ask for the right-hand turn, we'd come to the right like this, and that would steer our horse around. But we don't want to use our hands because our hands are going to be very busy shooting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here. Ooh. Lena, don't play with the arrows, please. Oh, right there. Okay, I'm going to grab myself 3 arrows. I'm going to put my reins down. And I'm going to be ready to do the thing that I want to do in the end. And the first step is to prepare yourself to be handicapped in a way with one hand being busy holding some stuff. Because sometimes you will just ride around and you'll have your hands ready to do work with the reins or something, and then you'll drop, and for 20 feet or so you'll then start to set up your bow and your arrows and all kinds of stuff like that and shoot. So no problem there if you want to do that. And we can also, if you get organized enough with your hands, you can also get back to your reins like this, and we can steer around like so. Okay, now the way to get this working with a horse is really to take it slow. You want to do this at a walk. Your activities are going to be walking based. Now what I do, and you can choose any method you want obviously, or if you've already got something going, then great, then do that. But I try to use my legs, my right leg, my left leg, to send my horse one way or the other. So if I put my right leg on, I have every expectation Lena will turn left and take it off. If I put my left leg on, she should turn to the right. That's a lot of right, so I'm going to put my right leg on to have her turn left. Okay, and then off, which should get her back to being straight. Now you might not have something like that at all. So what we're going to do is we're going to head out straight up the arena, and I'm going to put my right leg on. She turns, but I'm going to use more left rein. If she does what I want, release everything. Right leg on, left rein, release. Right leg on, left rein, release. Right leg on, left rein, release. Little right leg so we can get around this barrel. Left leg on, right rein, release. Left leg on, right rein, release. Left leg on, right rein, release. Right leg on, left rein, release. Left leg on, right rein, release. Okay, I hope that makes sense. And you want to do that to where when you ride around, you can ride, and I'll show them, I'll put my hands out here. I'll just go over this pole first for the fun of it. No knocky knock, very good. Good job, Lena. She says I have a fly. Okay. And now I'm going to put my left leg on, and we should turn. Put my right leg on, we should turn. We should turn a little more. I'm going to just pick up my rein over here and go left. So if your legs aren't effective with just a push, just a gentle sort of right leg on, we go left, left leg on, we go right. If that doesn't do it, you can give a little bit of a bump, and your foot is going to come forward a little bit. You're trying to affect the front half of the body because we're just steering. And then the last thing to get figured out is a slow down or a stop. And for me, I kind of lean back and I squeeze in a little. and we come to a stop, and I would pet her and I would tell her she's very good. You can't pet a horse enough. You can't, you know, sort of rub on them or scratch on them enough. When you get something done, reassure them, try to be quiet. A go is just simple, legs just barely coming in on her sides, kind of even with my shoulders, and off we go. So now that we've got that a little bit figured out, let's come around. I'm going to come around this side of the white barrel and prepare one of my arrows, and hang a left, or sorry, hang a right with the left leg to the right. I want to go straight and shoot. Left side of this barrel. Let's come around the right. Let's get a little squeeze in here. Nice. And come around again. And it says there's a fly on me. I can't concentrate on your legs. Okay, so as you can see, I'm using my reins. She might be thinking about water. I'm actually going to, I've asked for something and I had to continue to ask for it, but I'm going to lead her back to the water and see if she needs to have a drink here. Nothing wrong with having a bit of water in your play area or arena or whatever. Now, she may or may not drink. I'm just going to pick up like I'm going to go somewhere, and generally she'll have herself a drink. You can lead a horse to water and make them drink. Okay, I'm going to set my arrows up on this side. I prefer to have my arrows over here rather than over here, but to each his own. Okay, I'm going to ask again, and I ask by sort of picking up my reins, saying we're going to get moving pretty soon, so drink up. And there's nothing wrong with this. This is a good little bit of communication. She says, I want to have a drink, and I say, yeah, no problem. Let's get one. Okay, she's good and done. So I'm going to put my right leg on to have her turn left, and we're going to come back around. So a lot of this is definitely quiet and methodical, and with a concentration on the quality. My left leg is on. I'm ready to reach down to the reins. There we go. She's got a fly on her somewhere that's really bugging her, but I've sprayed her down. She shouldn't have that much trouble. Okay, so I'm going to come around to my first barrel here, stay on this side. I'm going to try to squeeze in, and I'm riding and knocking at the same time. I'll pick up the pace a smidge, come around, a little bit right, get ready to shoot. Okay, so your horse might pick up a trot out of concern. You have a choice to ride it out and keep going, or ask them to slow down. If you find that your horse is relatively worried, then slow them down, have them thinking about, I think I better get this fly. Did I get it? Ah, there it is. I got it, Lena. Okay. If you find your horse is worried, slow them down, pet them, get them to relax, get them to be quiet, and then start again. There's nothing wrong with taking this pretty slow. There's a fly around here. Don't worry, Lena, we'll just keep moving. It'll help us out quite a bit. So my right leg comes on. I come up to my first barrel. I knock. We're going to come to the left. We're going to come to the right a little. Straight through here and shoot. My right leg came on. My left leg is on. Actually, my right leg came on without me really thinking about it much. So I'd like to make it over to my arrows. I'm out of arrows. Good girl. And we'll grab 4 this time. Okay. So legs again. Try to do no hands. My left leg came on so I could leave the arrows. My right leg is on. So I'm hoping to go this way. And I would get this really, really accurate personally. And Lena's not quite accurate, so we're just going to keep on coming around. And I'm going to keep practicing. So my left leg is on here. I'm going to go over this little post that we've got in the arena. My right leg is on. I want to go to the left. That's good. A little bit more maybe. Okay. Oh, not too far. Okay, left leg. I've knocked already. It's stuck. It's on the knock. Left leg. Right leg. Get ready to shoot. Left leg is on. And it's off. And it takes a bit of concentration. I'm going to come around a little bit sooner this time. I'm going to cut this a little closer so I can make it around quicker for the purposes of this video. But until your legs are really accurate and your horse isn't getting worried with you touching them, with you shooting, flies, whatever it may be, you might have some other things going on around you, but you'll want them to be with you, and this is the goal. So we'll come around and we're doing the same pattern. Another thing to think about is we're staying with a very consistent pattern. My left leg is on. I missed again. I'm shooting a little to the left. So we'll hang a right. I mean a left. Just keep practicing. Slow and steady. But if you think you're any good, you need to come all the way around, Lena. Keep coming, keep coming. Yeah, so there I had to pick up a rein a little. My left leg is on. All right, so that's okay. Just keep practicing that. Right leg is on. There. Finally got the target a little bit to the right this time. Shooting left. And that's what you end up doing. That's how you get started with this. And if you want to, you can obviously pick up a bit of a trot and see if we can steer. That'll be the challenge, is where you go to trot and you want to be able to steer all the same. And knock your arrows at a trot. So I want to go to the left, so my right leg is on, and I'm giving her a little bump. I want her to pick up. Oh, oh. Make sure you're walking. Your stop is you're good. Stopping is good. It's not good, so I'm going to pick up here and ask her to stop, not go all the way to the water. We're going to back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See, I asked for a backup a little ways back, and I'm going to, since I had to do it with my reins, I'm going to follow up with my sit back and a little bit of a squeeze, and I should see a backup out of her. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on, Lena. More. Good. Better. And that's the basics of getting your horse ready to walk and trot and steer and stop and back up. Hopefully that's been helpful.